Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on what time zone you're in or what time you're watching this video. And happy Halloween, or happy early Halloween, depending on what time you're actually watching this video. We are back with a treat that's kind of like a trick because it comes before Halloween, and that is another drop from Ren and the Skinner Brothers. I am so hyped to see what Ren and Zach do here. I hope that you all are as well. Without further ado, love you all. Let's jump right in, shall we? Let's go. Ooh. Ooh, I like that dream life is being written on the wall.
She had a fucked up childhood. Acting up, she was misunderstood. Some fans, now they never change. Sesame put a hit on her brain. She said, I don't want to waste no time. Don't want no people around me that ain't based. I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life.
Is that like a sword sound?
She grew up fucked in many ways. Run from the sun in the blackest shade. She got a pocket full of loose change and old dreams. Used up her luck on the slot machine. She said, I don't want to waste no time. Don't want nobody around me that is fake. I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life.
So much reminds me of Genesis. No, this like really reminds me. Is this from Genesis? Dude, I love the way this music is going.
What a fucking misery.
Oh yeah, I think it is.
How a scout a lifestyle, shoot the breeze. She lay down on the pavement, lay on rent. And this world ain't meant for the heaven sent. She got pure, it's intense since the day she was born. As she sips out a teacup in the eye of the storm, I said, hi girl, are you right girl? She said, I'm not, but this world is not right either.
Oh, that's a bar.
No people around me that ain't based. I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life.
I love this, like, just these shots. This is so great. Just the gang chilling. I love it. Ooh, the slowdown. Ooh, this music sounds almost like we're in water. Hey, the gang's all here. Oh, dude. And so they meet. This is what it's all been leading up to. This is the girl. Or, yeah, I think so. Ooh. Oh my god.
Dreams are the ungoverned provinces of the mind ill-lit territories, where the conscious self, that fragile edifice of civility and reason, is momentarily overthrown by deeper, more ancient forces.
Oh,
in waking
bars.
life, we walk the narrow corridors of logic and social necessity. But in dreams, we are cast adrift upon a sea of symbols, private myths, stitched from memory, repression, and a latent, often discomforting, truth.
Oh no. No, that was so good. That was so good. Oh my god, let's 1 second. I just want to take it back so we can get our boys on screen for a real quick second. Oh, That was so sick. Holy, I feel like, again, the music takes center stage on this one. Obviously, that monologue at the end is very powerful. It almost makes me wonder if we're in a dream as we kind of watch this. But what's crazy is like the sound at the end, the music almost, like I was saying, it almost sounds like underwater, right? It's like you've now entered, you know, like, what's that movie called? Where they like fall into this abyss. Why am I forgetting the name of it? But anyways, it feels like you're being hypnotized, like you're falling underwater into this hypnosis, right? And it's washing over you. And then towards the end of this song, we get like the music gets really choppy for a second. It's almost like we're waking up from that dream, right? Or it's stuttering and we're starting to realize there's cracks in it. And that's what the music kind of starts to paint as a picture. Because like we're getting these ideas of a dream life, but the whole time we're talking about a dream life, it's like at the end of every talk of that, it's always talking about the negatives that have led up to you not having that dream life, right? And so it's almost like they're living this state of simulated happiness that isn't really necessarily real, and they have to really dive into it to approach that, to understand it. And now finally they're doing that, and they're starting to see those cracks form in the dream itself. Damn. Holy damn. That was awesome. That was so cool. And the music, honestly, without like the meaningfulness, whatever, without that, even like just sonically, it was so dope. And remember, they had to produce that. They had to think about how those sounds go together, and then kind of like arrange it and also make it feel like more. And it felt like so much, because like we just talked for like 2 minutes about what the music could have meant, and that might not even be what it is, but it feels like it is. And that's what art is. It makes you think, it makes you explore. And that's so dope to do that while also making one of the dopest beats I've heard in a very long time. Let's take it back, because I am very excited. Holy. Okay. Oh, and okay, yeah. This is such a sick metaphor, because like she's writing dream life on the wall, right? And like how many times have we heard Ren talk about being backed up against your back against the wall, right? This is that wall, right? And it's almost like we're also like our dream life is unattainable because there's a brick wall in the way of that dream life. And it acts as a metaphor just from the visual, which is so sick. And we're the ones writing on the wall, almost like you also think a prisoner would in their jail cell. And that's what we're seeing here. Dude, phenomenal. Holy smokes.
She had a fucked up childhood. Acting up, she was misunderstood. Some fans, now they never change. Sesame put her hair on her brain. She said, I don't want to waste no time. Don't want no people around me that ain't based. I wanna live.
I love that being based, but it's like, it's this idea that like she grew up in rough times and she was never able to get out of that, right? And at the same time, it's like she felt almost guilty because others expected things of her that she maybe wasn't able to meet or wasn't allowed to meet. And as a result, her life has felt like that prison. And maybe that's what this is actually all about. It's almost being in prison. Oh, sorry. Look at that. Look right there. Look at what we got over there. Anyways, and it's like now she's finally starting to realize, like, I don't want any of that mess. I want people around me that are like people I can trust and people that I can rely on and people that are based. I love that choice of words, based. Oh man. Okay. And it's like at that realization, the music switches up.
Around me that ain't based. I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life.
Even that knife sound, like that's so sick. It's like we're cutting through all the BS now.
She grew up fucked in many.
Even like I want to live in a dream life, right? It's like you're understanding that it almost feels like a dream. It feels like the dream, but it also just feels like only a dream, like something unattainable, while also being something you want so much more than anything else. And that's heavy. That's so heavy. Okay.
She grew up fucked in many ways.
Wow.
Run from the sun in the blackest shade. She got a pocket full of loose change and old dreams. Used up her luck on the slot machine. She said, I don't want.
I love that. because the loose change and old dreams kind of ties back to what when Ren talks about having a pocket full of change. When he says that, he's talking about not only like he was left with just change, but also like he was trying to create change, and that's what she was trying to do the whole time. And I love that idea of she's running from the sun in the darkest shades. So it's like she's trying to stay out of the limelight, maybe, or even like stay out of, because she was being told she's not doing enough, she's not good enough, and so she doesn't want to be seen anymore. But by doing so, she's in the darkest shades, where it's the worst that she could be. And it's almost like that light, that idea of what is idealized, right? The sunshine, the beauty, what is perfect, has led her to the darkest moments, because she's felt so broken and she's in the shadows of like happiness, because it doesn't exist for her in this moment. It's the darkest place, and she's been chased there. And maybe it's led her to the darkest choices, because like you said, she's been effed in many ways. And it's like, that's wild. That's so deep and so many levels to that bar. Holy smokes. Oh yeah, and then use up all her luck in the slot machines. Like, she keeps taking that chance, but it seems like it's never going to happen. And maybe she got lucky once, but the lucky wasn't the lucky that she wanted. Maybe that goes back to the she was effed in many ways. And then that her actual luck, where it could be most useful, was used up because of the time she spent doing other things that were not even necessarily something she wanted to do, but where she felt like she had to be and was forced into. God damn. Okay. Oh, and she's even back against the wall right now.
Don't want to waste no time. Don't want nobody around me that is fake.
I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh.
I'm pretty sure this is all from Genesis, like this area. Listen how high this emotion goes with the music right now.
What fucking misery. How I scout a lifestyle, shoot the breeze. She lay down on the pavement, lay on rent, and this world ain't meant for the heaven sent. She got pure.
I love that, because it's like, it almost reminds me of like Ed Sheeran when he talks about like in the A-Team, he talks about like angels who have fallen and are dying, right? It's like, that's what she feels like. She feels like she was meant to do so much good, but she's here on the pavement, literally at on the ground, right? Metaphorically and maybe even literally, right? Like, she's just lying there stuck, unable to move upwards because she's hit rock bottom. And that is such a bar. And it's like she's living this helter-skelter life, like everything is so chaotic, and then that leads her to ending up like not being able to pay her rent, which is a necessity, right? And part of that is because of the lifestyle she's been almost forced to lead. And again, remember, that wasn't always her choice. That's just how she got forced. Like, that's how her life path took her. And it wasn't necessarily something she wanted to do, but something she had to do.
Pavement lay on rent, and this world ain't meant for the heaven sent. She got purest intent since the day she was born. As she sips out a teacup in the eye of the storm, I said, hi girl, are you right girl? She said, I'm not, but this world is not right either.
Don't want to waste no time. Don't want no people.
I love that, like the metaphor for she sips from a teacup in the eye of the storm, because it's like, you know that meme of like the dog sitting in a fire and it's like, this is fine. It's almost like that's what this is, right? Where it's the eye of the storm, these winds circling around her, but she's in the middle of it. So think about the meaning of that too, right? It's not that she's gone through it. She's just in the middle of it. She's about to hit the wall on either side, and she's trapped again as like a prisoner of her own world. Because like she said, yeah, she's not doing all right. But it's not like the world is any right either, right? It's like almost like because the world wasn't right, she was forced into a situation where she doesn't feel all right. And it's this cyclical acting on itself moment where it's like the world sucks and it makes you feel bad and it makes you do bad things. And then the world sucks more because you did those bad things. And then you do more things that are not good for you because you are just trying to escape that feeling of feeling trapped, of feeling like you're in this bad place. And yet at the same time, it's just making you get into worse situations. And yet this is why the escape is necessary. This is why the dream life is what we're focused on. And what are you supposed to do in that moment? Because what can you do? You're stuck. You're in the eye of the storm. So all you do, sip your teacup because you got nothing else that you can do. Watch as it all unfolds, kind of, right? Like, that's crazy.
Hi girl, are you right girl? She said I'm not, but this world is not right either.
Don't want to waste no time, don't want no people around me that ain't based. I wanna live in a dream life. I wanna live in a dream life. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I wanna live in a dream life.
I love this. I love this. And then this is that moment where you're falling into it. The dreams. Falling into it. Oh. Oh. I didn't even catch that the first time. When the boys enter on that, that's so clean. Like listen to the music here. It's almost like it's trying to hypnotize you, like it's trying to trap you in the sense. The production, bro. Like, what a production. Wow. Wow.
Dreams are the ungoverned provinces of the mind, ill-lit territories, where the conscious...
Wow. Is it okay? Let me go back because I was so kind of caught up in their meeting here that I didn't really hear this part. I just remember the self, the conscious self. Let's go back a second. I really like that we're getting this like them mixing and melding here, and like you can feel the tension is rising because the music is almost sounding a little like uncomfortable, a little bit tense. Like we are starting to almost like question the dream, and by doing that, it makes the world feel a little bit questionable.
Are the ungoverned provinces of the mind, ill-lit territories, where the conscious...
Ungoverned provinces of the mind's ill-lit territories, where it's like the light isn't as bright there, and the light is... I think the light here is being used to represent like what we're told we should feel. This almost even goes into like Plato's allegory of the cave, where it's like there's a light that's shining that shows you the shadows, and you just see the shadows, and that's what you expect of the world. But if you ever step away from that cave that you're trapped in, you'll see that there's so much more light in the world. And that's almost like what we're seeing here, where the light in the cave is the light that we're shown, and we feel like that's what we're supposed to be aiming for. But then it's like coming to that realization where if we step out of that cave, maybe the dreams that we're chasing are not necessarily the dreams that we should be chasing, or the moments that we're chasing right now are not necessarily the dreams that we should be dreaming. God damn.
Different provinces of the mind, ill-lit territories.
Oh, an ill-lit territory. This is where like the light doesn't shine.
Where the conscious self, that fragile edifice of civility and reason, is momentarily overthrown by deeper, more ancient forces.
Dude, that's so good. Because it's like, when he says like, it's almost like saying like this idea of what we should be, this conscious self is like the mask that we wear, which is kind of why I was starting to wonder about Sikba, whether he like wears that mask all the time or not. But like that mask that we wear, where we enter the dreams, it's less that. It's no longer that. We're crossing over to a place where our most deepest, intrinsic, ancient, almost like foundational forces exist. And that's what we're starting to delve into every time that we seek out these dreams. Yeah.
Momentarily overthrown by deeper, more ancient forces. In waking life, we walk the narrow corridors of logic and social necessity. But in dreams, we are cast adrift upon a sea of symbols, private myths, stitched from memory, repression, and a latent, often discomforting, truth.
Bro. And even the way to end that, it's like, yeah, we live these lives where we're following all the rules, and we're we're following the logic of what we're expected, and yet when we enter these dreams, these symbols that we see, these dreams that we have, there's so much more to them. There's so much in them that if we kind of actually start to pick them apart, we see things that we may never see with our waking moments, because we don't allow ourselves to consider them in our waking moments. Because in our waking moments, we're spending so much time stuck in the idea of what we should be, as opposed to what we're feeling and what we're actually thinking and how we're acting. And yet then that's what we're seeing here, where now we're finally going to explore those dreams, those things that we see in those dreams, those symbols, those almost like foreign looking or foreign thinking thoughts that we have. What do they truly mean? What are we trying to pull out of them? What are the goals that we have? What are the things that make us who we are? What are the things that hurt us that we're hiding away from while we spend time in this world where we step away from all the internal things going on in the hopes that the external environment, the external world that we live in is something we can actually navigate, like the corridors, like was talked about earlier. So in order to navigate those, we push away ourselves and what we're actually thinking and feeling. I love this one. This is amazing. This is so good. This is art. This is such real art. And we're not even done yet. This is number 4 of 6. We still got 2 more. And I am so damn hyped for 2 more. 2 more? Come on. Let's go. Wow. Okay. Wow. Well, hope that you enjoyed, because I don't know if you could tell. I kind of enjoyed it. I hope that your week is better than your day, your month is better than your week, and your year is better than your month. Love you all. I will see you on the next one. Damn. Damn.